PRX has been able to cook up with this comp. I'm a little bit worried about this attacker side for PRX without that Harbor in here. Normally it's Forsaken on the Harbor, kind of doing a really good job cutting space, you know, setting up Jing to be able to kind of flash in and around those walls. Jing has his own wall as well, of course, with that Blaze to try to enable himself or his team. But this time around, it's a little bit different. CGRS on that Killjoy now. And this time, the Star out here. A flash gonna confirm.
Flash in, Artist with the Spectre. Just a bit of damage across there. Forsaken eventually does fall. Sam with a great headshot. At range there with the Sheriff, finds one. Crashy's now swinging out the bat behind the pillar. Just managed to take out one Divide, quick to trade it to keep them on equal footing. As now the run it back is gonna be coming through. Sam just throwing up the wall. Jing wants to rush up. They know exactly where he's gonna be coming from, so they pull back out of the link. And eventually he's just gonna go ahead and the TP back over. But a 3v3 for the retake attempt. Victor just now moving out of Art. Looks like he might go all the way around and club it, trying to get that top B there.
A Sky to check, but it's not going to catch. Victor on that lurk. Here comes the Harbor wall. Retake from Finesse. Gonna try to push on through. Gravity well up front to try to delay.
And walking across is Poison. Jing finding one, jumping into the cove, knows that he's pulled back. In the meantime, Victor, well, presence should be noted. Certainly is now, but still finds a headshot. And already with 3 kills in this round, that's a very good bonus here for the side of NRG. He's looking for a little bit more. Jing will be able to deny that away as they get themselves on the board here. PRX fighting back, but losing out on 3 members.
Yeah, this is pretty quintessential PRX in a lot of ways. You know, just kind of off the rip, start pushing space, gonna push ahead of that flash. A good shot by Sam. That Sheriff on the opener, and then Jing gonna use that Phoenix ability a lot to control space in Link and Art quite often. There's a lot of those kind of 90-degree corners that Jing really loves to take advantage of as that Phoenix. Really exciting to watch the way he plays, and he's not overly aggressive. You know, normally you're used to seeing Jing just blast packing all over the place with the Rays doing crazy stuff, but he will lead the way, but it's a little more cautious.
Oh, the birds go out. Crashy dodges that one. Even with Jing's follow-up curveball, still ends up getting taken down. Mantle Swarm, however, does find Finesse, so at the end of it all, it's just going to be that 1-for-1. Trailblazer certainly spotting Divide there on the jump past the box. That's why they're going to be creeping up here. There's no one to reinforce this position. Flash Divide, and he's fully caught by it, and he will get melted down. As you can see, Forsaken dashing out of Art, gets himself over towards the A site. They know that there's going to be 2 players operating behind them at A main.
Well, are they gonna wrap all the way through? No, they're just gonna plant for back site here. Really big duel with Artist coming up.
And Forsaken just wins it. Artist looking over towards Flowers. Forsaken swings from Secret, does take him down. Brings it back into a 3v3. Reckoning now sent out, but they're not playing on the site to get clipped by this one. Sam, however, still finding one. Crashy's finished off by the turret. Now it's all on Sam. Wall raised, scouting out, uncertain if there's gonna be anybody over towards the dugout. Gravity well does come through from Mind Freak. It's gonna be the util dumped out. With that spray coming in, he knows that they're both over at Flowers, but before he can even send a shot their way, CGRS will finish him off. 3K for him in the round to tie it up at 2-2.
Man, what a recovery here from PRX, and a good read on the early part of the round by NRG, isolating Divide, kind of realizing that he was going to be sticking around potentially, and they're able to flash and get it behind the box. So really good recognition here. And then they even invest the Reckoning as well to try to go for this retake. But already PRX gotten so deep and Forsaken able to win that also important first kill on the backside against Artist to drop that off and force another eco here out of NRG. Blades up for Forsaken, and he is certainly a confident person with that ability. He's got a shorty behind it. It's right now looking like a full-on B hit, and already the rotation's coming for NRG.
Double updraft and peek over into Link. Sees Finesse for a brief little moment there. Finesse sends some shots his way. Drops low. Bit of attack there on a Victor now, knocked down to 50 HP. Crashy's wanting to try to break through, but the headshot comes in. Forsaken gets the reset on the knives. Swings on the corner, manages to find another one. Mind Freak as well, getting involved, finds Finesse. So far it's just going to be Jing taken down. Artist, however, with that blades on his own, picks up a quick 2 kills, and suddenly it's just CGRS all on his lonesome. They don't know where he is. It's still dangerous territory, but it seems like they might have an inkling of it as Artist does send that Cloudburst his way, trying to set up for that brief little one-way. This is going to be heard. CGRS knowing where one is. Seems like he's got a very good idea as well. Sam, not expecting him to have repositioned down onto the low ground here. Now is completely and utterly out in the open. Wants to go for the nano swarm. Sends it cleaned up now, knows that he's got a high-low to try to send out the turret. Swings up a bit, but Sam will get the headshot, and it is a fantastic, thrifty win for NRG to go ahead and retake the lead.
And it's just these quick rotations here from NRG that really helped them out. Just immediately, as soon as contact is made from Forsaken, yeah, he does a great job taking space, getting in there, doing some serious damage with those blade storms. But then Artis says, nah, I can do you one better, and gets two big ones. Sam again, good with this Sheriff. Doing a great job in this round and in this entire map so far with those Sheriff kills. So
7-3-2.
Everybody's looking really good on both sides of the coin.
Could be in this one for the long haul. Keep our fingers crossed in that regard. As we can see, though, Victor's still going to be sticking over towards B. Line Sheriff is set up in this position. Just the turret out in towards Link, staring at mid doors. Vanessa potentially swing off of.
You've got
Jing gets to run it back.
Yeah, he's been funneling those as per usual. Already the second one. You've got dueling lockdowns, dueling Seekers here. Going to be invested early for the side of PRX. Some util to try to delay a hot hands there at the door to allow Jing to push through, heal up. He's just going to chew through that nano.
Yep.
It's the run it back.
Doesn't manage to clear the angle, though. Doesn't swing wide enough to actually spot anybody, but now the lockdown's going to be invested on the opposite side. PRX just looking to match. Spike, however, not yet planted, so they're still going to have to try to retake the side off the back of this one. They do shove NRG away, but can they get into a post-plant setup quickly? NRG are going to look to rush this one. Victor still tucked away, back haul. Flash goes across, some shots in his direction. Jing swings on the corner, gets the headshot, curveball in, but it crashes! Just holds down left click. Had it lined up, gets the timing, and Jing disappears.
30 seconds left.
Things continue to tumble out of control here for the side of PRX. They finally get the spike moved up here onto the sides. He addresses in his hands. Taken finding one, then taken down by Artis. Once again, into a 3v3. Crashy swinging back out the aggressive push. Artis puts the spike down on the ground. Now it needs to be recovered. Into the 2v2. Divide out into the open. It's dropped, and it's going to be the combination of Crashies and Sam to take them over the line. 4-2, NRG starting to stretch the lead.
Yeah, and already here, PRX just really trying to hit B over and over again, just trying to overwhelm NRG on this site, and it just isn't going their way. I mean, you know, Sam is staying on A, planted his feet over there, but the rest of NRG is good for it. And Artis finding some great timings to shut things down. Delay here for the side of NRG is making this really difficult for PRX. Looks like they're going to shift over to Stingers for this round. Mind Freak with the Cosmic Divide and a Sheriff. The only ults to speak of here. Artis popping that dash. Can't find the shot.
Takes a bit of damage there. Just managed to back away, but good amount of space opened up. That's going to give them arc control for now. The Trailblazer cleared out before he can get through the Cloudburst. It doesn't necessarily see how many players there are. Something tells me that Artis's ears likely working well enough to identify that it was pretty much the whole team.
PRX is about as quiet, as subtle as your average act of God. Yeah.
Finding one, Crashy tucked to the corner, Sam backing him up, finds another 2 kills for himself. He's at 9 HP. The Stinger can do some work. CGRS finding one. Flash does not go wide enough.
Oh!
A bit of a botch there from the side of Crashies, and that does allow for PRX to get themselves back into this round. Rifles recovered, Mind Freak and CGRS. 49 seconds remaining, they could cut noise. Try to rotate off the site, if not make a bait.
You read my
Given
mind.
that they have this ult invested, it seems like they still want to try to play around it.
I mean, with this ult here, you know, you're at least able to be undetected, but oh my god, the cover!
Covering fire allows for Mind Freak to get the plan, but now he needs to find the headshot. He needs to win out against Victor, and he will just drag it across. He finds it, and the thrifty is confirmed. PRX putting one of their own up on the board to bring it now within touching distance once more.
I mean, the crossfire here is just so disciplined. The patience from CGRS, he has been stepping up now. He had so many clutches for them in their previous match. He is really starting to find his groove. He seems comfortable, he's calm, he's confident, he's excited, he keeps that energy level up. He's always positive whenever we see him on camera. And he is just a phenomenal player here. And you've got, you know, the 2 streamer players going against each other, Sam and CGRS, and they're both having great rounds so far.
50 Prime subs on this camp. But I mean, you know, as much as we like to joke about that, they have ascended to so much more.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Granted, yes, still a substitute from CGRS. Some the mainstay, but the performances that they have been able to put up in the last couple days have been absolutely monumental in getting both of these teams into the position they find themselves in at the moment. Artist, though, finds himself in a great position to get the punish. He's finding a timing while CGRS was distracted by Crashies over at the doors. And 2 members down. Looking like NRG just having a vice grip here on this B site.
Yeah, and there's going to be a change of direction here for the side of PRX. They're going to leave Mindfreak down here to lurk for a bit, but NRG, oh so disciplined, oh so patient. Going to try and sell a little bit of a fake here. Still Artist though, holding the discipline for NRG so strong. Mindfreak clearing the turret, trying to create noise, trying to create distraction. If Devi can best Artist, that flash isn't going to confirm anything over on the other side. Oh boy.
No, it does not, and yeah, they just decide to rush out. They know that this is going to be a lurk, so they decide just challenge them all at once, get that kill. And now with as far away as they are, it's just going to have to be Jing and Devi sitting back, holding onto the weapons as NRG will run the clock down and pull off a flawless little hold.
Maybe if Mindfreak can hold on a little bit more there, they might feel confident enough to try to push in towards A, but now they're just going to be setting up towards spawn, seeing if they can keep these rifles into the next round. But yeah, I mean, these B pushes are being held so well by NRG. I mean, they're happy to collapse and condense onto the site and just fortify it, make it so difficult for PRX with the crossfires, with the utility. And again, it's going to be difficult on this attacker side. I talked about this at the beginning, but you're already seeing it on this B side in particular. Without that Harbor utility or that Viper utility, you're way more limited in what you can do to dissect this B site, to cut off the angles. That is the reason that so many teams play the Viper Harbor on this, is particularly on this B site that everybody kind of, memes about. But, when you don't have the comp that can necessarily, cut through and, give you the ability to get in, get that plant down, get that space, you have to rely on those deep pushes by Forsaken, by Jing, to clear that space for you. And yes, certainly, they're insane. They're very good players. And you can use things like the run it back to do that. But in the long run, NRG's just too disciplined right now. Yeah.
I mean, we were scratching our heads wondering, what does it look like if Pearl is going to be played? Because we anticipated Haven's going to be banned. NRG say, okay, we get this map again, we're going to go there. PRX, having not played it since the Grand Finals versus DRX, it was what pieces do you move around? You keep with the Harbor, do you put, CGRS on the Jet? Do you trust him to be able to do that? And have, a strong amount of impact, or is Forsaken absolutely necessary there as that duelist alongside Jing? Seems like that is the decision that has been made, and without the Harbor, it has been difficult. That being said, though, still close. So 5-3, yes. Anything can happen.
It's funny. I had a chat with Mini in between after their match, and we were both just trying to theory craft what the heck PRX was going to do. Neither of us were correct. I'll just put it that way.
All right. Was there a Yoru in there somewhere?
I mean, that was something I spitballed but didn't really take seriously. But the Gecko was floated between both of us. We thought maybe they might make a go of that.
Well, just some initial control here over towards A. And then Finesse responding with the pit, just looking to make this unassailable. Seems like PRX might be thinking about cutting through, getting A access through Art, and just keeping Finesse locked over on that side of the map, push him out into A main. Maybe control backside, but with just the turret destroyed, it will start drifting away and approaching other avenues. Crashies, a couple shots going his way here from Forsaken.
I like the layered utility here from NRG to back up Finesse in this Viper's pit. PRX is not afraid to challenge, and Victor's going to win the early exchange against Jing.
Just a dry swing there from Jing. Does fall, but Forsaken up on top of the box with a great headshot. Will find him. Finesse now getting tucked away. Som in Flowers waiting for the cross. Finds one. And now PRX are really worried about trying to get themselves over. CGRS actually just sprints across. Makes it through to safety. Finesse noted. Mindfreak puts some damage down onto him, but cannot find that kill. Some in the meantime does get broken out. Out of the equation now. It's Crashies tucked away here by Secret. Quickly finds one. Devi the last man standing, but not for very long. Crashies puts him down on the ground. The fuse will come in. NRG now going to be doubling the scoreline here. PRX as they move up 6-3.
Yeah, and this is just, again, NRG really understanding the tendencies of PRX. They really like to challenge these Viper pits. They want to cut, you know, your strength away from you. They want to attack you where you're strong sometimes to try to just, you know, prove that they're better than you, to really utilize this raw aim, these great instincts that they have in these individual moments. And Mindfreak almost able to sneak in there and do some damage in the middle of the chaos, but that early kill onto Jing really hurts. That's some extra utility that they can use to throw into that Viper's pit and around those corners to maybe obfuscate that movement of Mindfreak a little bit more, but not to be the case. But this time around, I like what PRX is doing, spreading out a little bit more here, getting a little bit of information, baiting out a little bit of utility to try to keep NRG honest. You got to keep them guessing. You got to keep them across different areas of the map. As good as Finesse is, right now, it's been a little bit easy for him to kind of predict. And you're just looking for some of those stars, from some of that aggression from Jing and Forsaken. But it looks like they might be trying something of a fake here. So I'm going to be watching through Link. Divide leads with that Trailblazer, and they're just going to back right off of that Cascade.
Trailblazer goes out. Crashy's now going to be swinging around over towards a site. Run it back. Sent. Finesse just playing anti-flash. Turns. Doesn't want to show himself. Knows that Jing is not going to be the high-value target that he's looking for. And Jing did not check the corner here. Or Forsaken, who gets taken down. Jing sent back. Divide does manage to find the enemy Viper here at the end of it all. So will be a 4v4 with Victor tagged out to about 30 HP. Lurk from CGRS makes his way forward, staring towards water. Looks like he wants to creep in from behind. And on the opposite side of the map, they're still not necessarily convinced that this is going to be where the spike rests.
They're pinging it out. They're going to make a go for it.
Oh, Jing, I guess seeing just enough to be able to get that kill. Follows up with a second before Sam takes his head off. Now a 2v2, but CGRS getting tucked away. And here comes Arnis sprinting in, completely unawares. The Seeker goes forward. Sam looks to clear it. Divine spotting him. Flash out. A decent turn, but knows that he has to pay attention to his rear as well as they continue to encroach. It's not going to be through the window. It's going to be through Secret, but doesn't even matter. CGRS will get the lurk onto Artis, whereas Divine will hold down the site. PRX fight back. Once again, bring it to within 2.
And I love the beginning of this round here for PRX. It keeps NRG just off balance enough that they can't quick rotate over to the site, and then they pump the brakes right as they come towards the entry of A. They wait things out. They give CGRS that time to get in through water to find that pick on the rotating Artis. And that gives them this 2v1 that they're able to secure. And now it's going to be NRG taking a timeout, trying to readjust here. I think maybe a little bit more mid-presence going to be shown here from NRG now. Yeah, that time they gave up a lot of space in mid. It was a lot of information that PRX was able to garner and kind of get so deep into the back lines of NRG.
And so far, I mean, obviously, Sam way out in front as far as the lobby is concerned, but CGRS very much keeping pace and helping to lead the charge here for the side of PRX. So showing us that it's not all just about the Gecko. The Killjoy is there. We've seen him play a couple other picks so far on this run to stay alive in Masters Tokyo. And it's going to be ever more important as he gets ready to move to the defending side.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, he's going to be such a crucial piece of the puzzle for PRX on the other side. And regardless of what happens in this match here today, just a tip of the cap to CGRS and PRX for the way that they've been able to come into this event so well prepared with only 10 days of practice. Literally 10 days of practice coming into this event with CGRS. That's all they had, and they are still looking better and better and better. And, you know, CGRS is just seems to be getting more and more comfortable, and that's so scary for these other teams because it's not only was it hard to predict what PRX was going to be doing coming into this event because of the situation with something, but also because CGRS's playstyle, there isn't much tape on it. There was one Gecko Icebox. That map's not even in the pool anymore. So good luck figuring out exactly what they want to do.
Let's see here. Site widely conceded. Wrap around from Victor, getting himself moved up through Link to get closer to the side of CGRS. Is just going to be dropping the lockdown. Victor's still 2 off, so cannot use a replying one to try to further delay them. The site can be taken. Still taking their time. Moving forward and over. Forsaken, he does a double updraft again. Catches Victor. Picks him off right there in the Link. Fantastic play. That was completely unexpected. Forsaken now running out of knives. However, 9 HP trying to exit. The Reckoning still looking to lock him in place. Wrap around from behind. Crashy's arriving. Throws out the pop flash. Mindfreak still going to be unscouted, but Crashy's knows that there's just going to be far too many players in this position. CGRS now finds Artis. They look to hold that spike down to half, but they cannot do it. Now the hot hands comes in. Vanessa is caught up by it. Ends up getting taken down. Crashy's with 1, but Mindfreak trades it back, and suddenly it's just Sam left standing all on his lonesome. Reckoning committed, but in a 1v4, As PRX look to go ahead and add a 5th round in, Jing will just go ahead and take the challenge, close it out. PRX damn near flawless, just Forsaken going down, and not a weapon loss in the round.
Yeah, and just another beautiful entry here from Forsaken. He's been really good on some of these opening duels, especially when he's got the knives out. And then they're able, this time with that lockdown, to get that plant down securely. It's something that they've been having a tough time with their lack of smokes, those lack of walls. This time around, you're able to use the lockdown as a kind of pseudo wall to give you the ability to get that plant down. Great job here on the backside by Mindfreak and company to keep Crashies in check, give themselves that round. Really well handled here by PRX.
Meanwhile, I believe Jing is about to use his 4th ultimate of the game.
Yep. It's been a lot.
Gravity well invested, goes rushing forward, is quickly dealt with and snaps back. Has to now just go ahead and pull away. So no real establishment found here. Over towards A main, instead it's just gonna be 3 members stacked up. Forsaken in the meantime, going on a bit of a walkabout. He's worked his way through mid, which is widely unoccupied, just giving this triple stack. Artist is holding Art. We see Victor over at B. Natty continued to swing forward.
God.
Forsaken may have just been able to find the enemy jet, but instead he's going to push all the way around. He's going to be looking for this monstrous backstab as the Trailblazer goes in, confirms his hefty presence still here at A main.
I mean, NRG hasn't moved a muscle. They're just sitting here at A main, and it's dead. Sam's gone.
Finds one, still more to do. Forsaken going to be spotted, manages to stabilize the aim just fast enough to come up with the kill, but has to back away. 29 HP remaining. Artist comes to the rescue, sets up the operator here on the corner, comes away with 1, swings out, gets a second. Mindfreak. Now the last one standing, 12 HP. Right as Victor arrives to the A site, Mindfreak just going to go ahead, cut tail, and go sprinting to the opposite side of the map. Because of this cosmic divide, Victor not necessarily aware of this quite just yet.
Oh, this is so brilliant here. You know, there's no sound, no idea what's going on the other side of this, and now Victor's about to find out the hard way. But still with that smoke there, he has to respect that maybe Mindfreak was hanging out over here. He pops his nano to maybe buy himself a little bit of extra time. Doesn't really get much out of it. And Mindfreak gonna plan out in the open, only 12 HP. Just gonna have to win this duel quickly. Any stray bullet from Victor will secure him the round.
Mindfreak not getting into any super cheesy positions. Just playing here straight up on the cubby. As Victor has to go ahead. He has to search. He has to wonder. Tap. The stare towards Link. The swing coming in, but Mindfreak not able to find the kill. That's going to be Victor closing it out. A 7-5 half with NRG out in front.
Yeah, good patience, good diligence here from Victor. Being very aware of the situation and finding that win. But, I mean, honestly, this went pretty good for the side of PRX. I'm sure they'd like it to be better. You know, it is kind of their chosen side.
Yes.
But all things considered, this went better than I thought it would. I put it that way. I mean, you know, again, it's because without that Viper and without that Harbor, the ability to control that B site that they really kind of beat their head against early on in this half was just a little bit lacking.
Well, before we go into the second half, we'll go ahead and throw it back over to Yinsu in the desk to break down the action from the first half.
Thank you very much, guys. What a way to start this match. Mel, NRG in the lead, but they really had to work for those 7 rounds.
Especially the beginning, it was a rough start from kind of both teams. We're seeing a Thrifty, and then the very next round, another Thrifty. Rounds we think are like in NRG's grasp, and they just get like lost from them. And it's also, I'm just watching, and it's like, okay, he has KG ult, he's gonna use it, and I'm sure, you know, NRG's thinking the same thing, and then PRX does something you just don't expect, that you cannot even plan for.
I think that is, you know, it was complicated for both of the teams, especially at the start. To me, one of the key components of NRG getting those first rounds at the beginning was Som. His utility usage was beautiful. Him on the clutches, him supporting the rest of the team was really, really on point. Those retakes, those kind of executions cannot happen without him on the team. But on the other side, we found a PRX that really took advantage of all the holes that they could find on mid.
And it's rare you see that really from NRG not to pick up a gap. That very last round, we see Forsaken walk all the way up B-Link, go through sewers, and flank them from their own spawn. And that's something you rarely ever see NRG get abused by, because they are so good at communicating and picking up those gaps. But PRX is a team that are not afraid to just walk up and see what's out there for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Some putting up massive numbers as well. I think a few of them are putting up big numbers. That's what you have to do when you go up against PRX. But my question is, this Phoenix Jet on the defense. What are we expecting?
So here's the thing, Achilles was mentioning, in just 12 rounds, we saw 4 Phoenix ults. Of course, it's a pain in the ass. I think that many of those rounds were calculated because of the ultimate usage. We need to see the same on the defense. I think that some was also a pain in the ass on the right side of the map. They need to also, PRX, put that pressure onto NRG.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they're gonna have cooked up on this half as well. Paper Thin and Achilles, what do you make of it?
I think the only thing that I make of it is that I've been entertained so far, and I'm hoping that the entertainment continues to ramp up as we do get ready to go into the second half and see how CGRS is going to fare. Moving over here onto the defense, the Phoenix as well does become a little bit rougher when you change those sides. So PRX, how do they want to go about this? For now, it looks like it's going to be very heavy mid-pressure and is getting ready to be applied.
Yeah, I think they want to check this cubby here that Artis is moving into. I think they've identified off that turret that this could be possible.
Forsaken's got one, curveball out into the hand, and Artis finds one. Not gonna be full flash, but Jing still swinging out, finds one. Som now, not sure which way to look, will get taken down as the dust settles. 3v3, Divide with a healing can top up Forsaken as well. Nano Swarm goes across just to get a little bit of damage there on the finesse, as the Poison Orb does get set up.
Oh, it's a great read here by PRX, but Artis just catches him a little bit off guard. A great shot by Crashies.
Same with Crash, he's finding Forsaken. CGRS inside of the smoke. Crashies finds him as well. Turns his sights back over towards Divide. The knife is out. Frenzy drawn. Spots him. Legs it back into the hall. 2 players set there. Divide just desperately trying to get some information. The Trailblazer is at the ready. Sends it. Trying to see what he can get. Spots 2. But he's running out of time. Turret there. Probably realizing that getting onto the spike, trying to get this defused, likely not going to happen, especially as that Nano Swarm does come through, but wants to try to take somebody down with him. Spots Finesse, a bit of damage exchange between the 2 of them, but Finesse will be the one coming in on top with 14 HP remaining. Spike will detonate. NRG picking up a second pistol round.
Yeah, NRG taking both pistols. And again, not a bad read here by PRX. That turret, they understood what NRG was trying to do, just happened a little bit faster than they expected, and then Crashy's taking some space, pushing through, kind of taking a page out of PRX's book there. Something they love to do is to get deep into your flanks. And he's able to find a huge kill there to cut off any real semblance of a coordinated retake attempt from PRX. Just completely cuts them apart, and then CGRS and Devi a little bit off kilter, a little bit off beat. PRX gonna full stack here.
Flash going in, catches quite a few of them, answering flash out. Divide with the right clicks will be able to take down Crashies. Forsaken now, dashing in behind the box. Trailblazer draws their attention for a little bit longer. Orb gonna be picked up. Jing, once again, gonna be the focus here, just trying to get those ults online for the Phoenix. Creeps across, grabs the gun, looks like he gets exit. He's got the hot hands as well as Divide to try to heal him up should it be necessary. All things considered though, Divide, worse for wear, 1 HP in a dream, trying to stay in this. Forsaken, Finesse, shoulder to shoulder, but Forsaken doesn't peek the corner. Finesse mows down a third and brings this round right back into their favors. Oh boy! Both players absolutely terrified of each other given the circumstances. They go their separate ways as the spike will get planted here on A by Som. Devi and CGRS. Question is, can they find any additional value? Can they take some of these weapons away from NRG? Peek comes in. The instant headshot, not even necessary, but you love to see the accuracy.
We take those. Now, see at this point, CGRS wanting to die to the spike. Som, very aware of it, wants to see if he can come in and finish the job. Doesn't want to push too far, doesn't want to maybe give away that gun, and yeah, for NRG, they're happy to take their prize and move on to the next round. So what started out pretty interestingly and pretty well for PRX kind of falls apart there as Finesse able to survive with that Spectre and get 3 kills. Just really good stuff, and then it's like a cat seeing itself in the mirror there. They both just like look up and, oh no, okay, we gotta go.
CGRS is given some consideration to whether or not he should just grab the Bulldog and dip out of there, but seems like he's still going to be worried about somebody watching that potential exit over towards Art. So Opsa just died to the spike at the end of it all, but a very incredible start now for NRG. Here on their map pick in the second half, a 4-round stretch lead. PRX going to be looking to get themselves online here in the second half right here. See if they can manage it. As for now, heavy presence into mid from NRG. 3 players cutting over towards Artist. Looks like he's going to be joining them. Thought maybe he was going to go pushing through the doors. As Forsaken is up top, but Finesse just tucked in behind.
They suspect it with that poison cloud there. You know that it's pretty likely that somebody might have snuck in there. Flash is confirming that at least there's a presence somewhere near that door. And the orb goes back up and Finesse goes back out. And NRG going to be taking their time, going to be really trying to figure out where all the pieces of PRX are. And for sure, they know that Devi is over at B. They've got that. And so they don't want to mess with that Sky utility too much. Maybe try to put some pressure on CGRS. Maybe see if you can find him, take him down, see if you can kind of, pick on a little bit on the inexperience of the player. I would, if I was NRG, I'd try to see if I could maybe make him crumble a little bit.
He's going to need to be big here. This attack gets ready to come through. They do have the stars set up. Alarm bot is getting pulled forward. Drop down. Artist looking to try to clear out dugout. Will get taken out. Mindfreak with a nice headshot as CGRS looks to hold the stairs. Mindfreak with another. Victor going to be gone. So far it's looking clean and the time is just dwindling. 12 seconds. This stab here from Finesse off the flank would need to be absolutely monstrous to try to get them into a plant position, but instead he will fall. 78 HP. Som just looking to back away. See if he can get anything off. Some over-aggression here from the side of PRX, but it's going to be a flawless at the end of it here as they finally find their first round in the second half.
Yeah, just a really good hold here on the site from PRX. Able to kind of dodge a lot of that utility, find the entry player. Even with that cascade coming in to try to help Artist, Mindfreak just reads it really well. CGRS on the other side, holding his ground. So a good defensive strategy there from PRX that pays off. Of course, the weaker round by for NRG previously. Now the Bulldog going to be carried over for Som rifles all around the other way. Not too far away from that Viper's Pit or those Seekers.
Playing forward again, though. Here's Forsaken. Forsaken tucked back, spotting Artist. Dashes away. Jing, however, does swing out from that side. Cubby catches Som. Now without their harbor, and we're talking about how rough it was for PRX. When you're trying to attack this B site, it's going to be just that much. This is rough, I should say, for NRG now. The rest of the round. Victor holding the corner. CGRS going for the ego swing. Just a little bit of back and forth, but a great bite out from Finesse will flush Jing into the open, and Crashies takes him down.
Yeah, this is good work here by CGRS. He's got that alarm bot still to play off of.
Seekers online.
Yeah, exactly. Crashy's able to find that kill, getting into those Seekers. Now they can use this. A Trailblazer is going to find Victor.
Snowden tries to tuck into the corner, but CGRS fast on the chase. Gets up over the top, finds that headshot through. There's Artist. This is really anticipating that Forsaken was going to be close on the low ground. Crashies, though, swinging around from behind, starting to rush forward. Decide the turn. They identify now. They absolutely know that he's here, and Devi will win out on the fight. Crashies going to be taken out. Forsaken finding Artist, and now it's just Finesse left standing. And even though they're stacked up, he just can't even drag the crosshair over there in time. The 7th round now for PRX, back to within 2, as they're getting big economic kickback on the side of NRG.
Yeah, this is huge for PRX and forces a timeout right away from NRG. Trying to be a little bit tricky in this round is NRG. They're trying to get a little bit all over the map, but they're countered at basically every turn here by PRX. Again, everyone holding their ground. Individually, this team is not a team that you want to be trying to duel usually, especially when something's here. But, between Jing, Forsaken, Devi has been absolutely just phenomenal throughout this year. Mindfreak playing well today. These guys are very confident in these 1v1s. And when you're taking those, like Victor there, kind of identified by CGRS, then Devi comes in to back him up, take him out. The early hold from Jing and company, able to find that pick and lock things down. So NRG trying to spread the map out a little bit. PRX not having any of it there.
Now, so far, timeouts have not led to a round win. We'll see what happens. Granted, this is obviously going to be a very low buy for the side of NRG. Some half armors, frenzy, sheriff, that kind of stuff. Looks like maybe a hero rifle will be coming into play.
Timeout Terry over here, keeping track of the timeouts, and you see it.
You want to see that timeout round win conversion rate.
True. Absolutely.
I think that's something that we should have been tracking, last year in the era of Sean Garris as a coach with
Yes.
Termy and DRX in the form that they were in.
Because then we could have really held it against Sean the next time we saw him. Just been like, man, your timeouts, ooh, bro. I don't know.
It was pretty successful, except for DRX in that one series.
Yeah, just that one time. Well, now you've got Jings running back. So that's what, 5? Is that right?
Oh boy. Flashes out, Som with that hero rifle, putting it to good use. Heals coming through. Crashy's keeping him nice and healthy, and yeah, Jing does get eliminated nice and early. Talking about being willing to take those aim duels. And Jing now gone. It's up the team significantly, but okay, I don't want to watch Devi. I want to see Mindfreak comes up with 2 right there. Now Devi cutting across, just sprays it down, managing to find 2 quick kills for himself. Pop Flash not going to connect, gets up close and personal, runs out of bullets, and Finesse with the recovered Vandal will be able to put him down. Brings us into a potentially winnable position, but does he get the read that they are behind him? Seems like the answer is yes. I'm getting flashbacks to
so
Buzz in this
smart.
very position. Nothing, no pressure from the front. Goes for the Jingle Forsaken. Will be able to push the corner and finish him up before he can draw that weapon down once more. You see a big smile on Jason's face, but for PRX, I think that was far too close given the circumstances.
Yes, I fully agree. I mean, I'd rather see Jings run it back here, popped off the rip. If you're going to just try to aim duel this space, there's no reason in my book. I mean, you're going to be trying to funnel those into Jing's hands anyway. You might as well burn them, even against ecos. It's one of the few ults where I don't mind you seeing it used against eco rounds to try to hamstring them. And then also Finesse, man. This is just so brilliant. The way he reads, expecting that flash there from Devi, pushes ahead of it, catches him, reads the rotation, reads the lurk. So brilliant. Now Forsaken with that op. And
All on his lonesome.
Oh boy.
Is it just a timing shot? Flash goes in. He's been playing this position, or Jing has been, rather. It's okay, just up drafts, takes still a nasty bit of damage. Devi not too far away, but see, Forsaken wanted to get himself wrapped around into the back of Hall to be able to still repeat this one. Just sends out a blind shot through the wall, hoping for a straight connection. Heals now, attempting to come through. A little bit closer. The Reckoning is going to be invested. Nebula's getting popped. Jing trying to avoid the stun, rushes up, run it back. Was at the ready, so snaps over to the use point. Is Forsaken. I mean, it's just shot after shot. He says, eventually I got to get one right. The one time he hit a jackpot on the casino, and he's just going to keep going for it now. Dumping all of his bullets until he's got nothing left. Artist looking to hold. Swap over onto the Phantom. Forsaken going to be good for 1. Crashies staving off Jing. Flash over into tunnel. Not going to find anything, though, as CGRS will pick up Som. 2 members left standing now, as Mindfreak is on the back end. Just trying to pinch from the side of this pit, and yep, he's going to be able to do so. As soon as Forsaken goes down, Mindfreak just gets the bang through the screen. Finesse pushes out of the pit. Will get taken down. They'll get onto the spike for the defuse, and that is going to be PRX now tying us up at 9-9.
This is a huge win here for PRX. What a hold by Forsaken, able to just barely get away with his life and then get that op shot through the smoke. Just kept going for it, knowing that that plant is coming down, gets it pinged out by his teammates, then they shuffle it over to Devi. We saw Devi doing really good with that op, and don't forget, he used to be a chamber main last year. So Devi, no slouch with that gun either. But they're able to keep it over for Forsaken, but they're so diligent here. They're really doing a good job of just being patient, waiting for Mindfreak to get into position. Yeah, Jing's happy to take space. Jing's always gonna be the tip of the spear for PRX. Get that extra bit of information. If he finds kills, great. But he's happy to die every round and just keep getting more and more run it backs if necessary. If his team is winning, totally fine.
Forsaken was ready to play anti-flash, but didn't go deep enough.
Get out of my
Popped
way.
behind the wall as, ooh, does take that knife to the shoulder. Artis nearly clipping his head. Nothing spotted. The drop down. Drops in, the right click goes across. Finesse piling in as well. They'll be able to flush him out. Swing in, CGRS Everett with a quick pick. Does take out 1 at point blank range, so Victor going to be gone to trade out, however, on the Killjoys. And now the man advantage in for the side of NRG, not wanting PRX to be able to take this lead. Curveball through, Jing trying to find Som, but Som strikes him down. Now it's all on Devi and Mindfreak. 2 of the veterans here on the squad. Devi coming away with 1. Swing out, Finesse getting the other. Mindfreak again approaching from B main. He's running out of time. Nebula goes up the wall as well. Som Tucking into the corner, looking to try to hold this one a half, and they will just be able to spray him down. Thrifty win comes through. Our third of the map, I do believe, but this time for NRG to once again reestablish a lead.
Yeah, and you can see NRG this time really want to make sure that they deal with Forsaken, but Forsaken, I think, kind of miscalculates in the timing he has to be safe in that back alley. I think he expected maybe he'd have a little bit more preparation, but NRG just W key gaming here to take Forsaken down. And I think Forsaken, if he could have that round back, he'd fall back a little bit further, try to get to the safety of his teammates, because he was the only one there anchoring that B side at that moment. He had no backup. And now they're going to shuffle the flashes back over for PRX, and Ching is good for one.
He's good for one, but that's about it. So they still do lose him, but that's going to be entry power taken away. As the Trailblazer does go ahead and take a quick little peek, a glance back. Divine now in a rough position. They've got nothing really to try to bail him out of this spot. The bite doesn't go deep enough to find the kill, but his supporting power and CGRS is appalling. As he tries to exit, he will also get struck down. Forsaken swinging around, gets himself situated on the site, but I mean, Mindfreak's been doing this round over round, so now they're very much anticipating that this back flank is going to be coming through. Turn has to be cleared up. Looks like he's still going to stay here in this position. They could just rush him. It looks like that's going to be the call. Oh, yep. Building quite a bit.
Well, now that they know where both players are, they can swing all the way back over to A if they so choose here. Forsaken just planting himself down long B, watching it through. Mindfreak continuing to settle towards the double doors in mid. Yeah, but all four members of NRG.
I mean, they just have to be conceding this.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, take the A site, plant it, let the spike go off. We're just going to be holding on to things. You know, you have that operator in hand. You want to be able to carry that over. Have that extra bit of oomph. Especially now, you know, knowing that NRG has one of their own. Spike will just be planted. PRX will concede. So we got a little bit of time. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the beginning of this round. I mean, again, it's changes from both teams. G has been doing out of B main. And Jing, yeah, he's good for one, but then Divide gets cornered in the cubby and gets eliminated here by some great utility usage from NRG. And then, of course, like you pointed out, you know, they're prepared for the lurks from Mindfreak this time. I would have liked to have seen maybe, it's hard to say for sure, Forsaken was being so aggressive with this op. You know, he was pushing all the way in towards site, and then he rotated back. Probably wise to, you know, to the situation, wanted to keep the op in play for the next round. But, you know, really setting up for a crunch there was PRX. They just couldn't quite execute it. And NRG is steadying very nicely.
Once again, a bit of a weakness of the comp that they're, you know, kind of shoehorned into running.
Yes.
Just given the lack of something on this roster. Because otherwise, you have Divine in that kind of position, or if it's Forsaken playing forward, you can throw that harbor wall. You can give them a better chance of trying to get out of there, but with very limited obfuscation, it becomes a lot more difficult. So now, NRG at 11, PRX 2 rounds behind. This is going to be Alex calling a timeout to try to right the ship and get them right back into this.
Yeah, that's a great point. It almost feels like sometimes they're playing as though they're expecting a cascade from Forsaken to kind of lead the way from them. But certainly not going to be the case. And I do really, really like this map pick from NRG. They're good on Pearl, but also knowing that this was going to be a big question mark, a big point of interest for PRX. You know, yeah, there's part of it that you don't know exactly what they're going to be doing, but at the same time, they're not going to be nearly as clean on this map as some of the others that we've seen. Now, going over to Lotus, I expect it to be a very different story, but this is just, so far, working very well for NRG. Lockdown available for the next round. Forsaken's got the Blade Storms in the back pocket of that op. Divide's a little strapped for cash, but certainly maybe somebody can buy for him. Looks like a Bulldog is going to be sliding in there for him. And yeah, I mean, it's been some decent ideas from PRX in the last couple rounds at times, but NRG is just getting a better read overall and having some really good executes. Some good, like, mid-round adjustments, some good on-the-fly adjustments that we're seeing. And again, they can really abuse this space with all these smokes that they have. The flashes to clear, that one even gets Forsaken full blind.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't quite think it was going to pop where it did. Now has to back away, the Trailblazer rushing in. Instead of CGRS, and Forsaken finds a quick pick. So I'm going to be taken down. Just given the way that he's been playing, given what that Harbor util can give you, absolutely such a high value target to be found by Forsaken. Just a glimpse there of Victor, but just not quite fast enough to be able to get the punish. Has to now back away as the lockdown comes through, narrowly avoids that one turn on the flash, almost has the lineup, gets the dash back available, manages to make his exit divide, puts that Bulldog to get used, taking down Finesse. Victor in the meantime, catching CGRS, oh, but it's ever so whiffy, and CGRS stabilizes before Victor can. Artist will get Forsaken to find a kill in the round, but the up will be scooped back up by PRX into their welcoming arms, and that brings them now within one.
And I like the change here from PRX, identifying that they need to give Forsaken some backup. Of course, it helps when Forsaken's hitting some great shots along the way.
I thought he was gonna have a clat there.
I did too. That was absolutely nasty, but Devi on point with that Bulldog. CGRS kind of getting away with one, but hey, you'll take those lucky situations when you're giving them.
It happens.
It does. It happens to everybody.
I mean, there's gonna be people in the chat who are calling it out and saying, but that's how you guys aim most of the time. That's just a one-off.
They wouldn't be wrong. I mean,
anyway, into the round, Forsaken again, really looking to up the aggression. Trailblazer
God.
through! The smoke dissipates, he pulls out the knives, he manages to find a second one before getting taken down. Again, somehow not getting collapsed. Either way, though, the two kills are going to get picked up, and that puts PRX in with a man advantage. Big scout forward from Mind Freak all the way over at A. As Jing just goes for the jiggle, but the running back is available. He could go for the rush play as soon as they hear that spike committed to.
Devi one away from the Seekers as well. So if he can find a kill, he can make this retake really powerful.
He's going for it, the pit! Dropped in by Finesse, but Jing does catch him just fast enough. Victor, and then Jing just go ahead and shove it back, finds the second one. Jing will trade it, the Killjoy's now gonna be taken down, and that leaves Artist in a 1v1. The full flash comes in, Jing will scoop a third kill here. The defuse will come through, and we are tied up 11-11 yet again. PRX says, you are not getting away from us.
I mean, what an opener here from Forsaken to find those two kills. And then Jing coming up big when they need him most with that run it back. I mean, finally, that cycling of it is going to pay off. Now you're going to get Devi on the Seekers as well coming out of this round. Huge stuff from him and the combo there with the Nova Pulse and Jing on point with the curveball. And those are those situations where Phoenix is so powerful on this map, around those 90-degree angles. Really able to abuse those nicely. Oh, love to see it. This is what we wanted to see today.
Already such an amazing way to kick things off, as Artist just going to go for the double updraft here. Get the auto back in a moment. Just looking for a target. Instead, Jing says, you know what? I want a 10th ult in this game. I don't know what the count is at. Obviously, it's significant. There we go. So now it's just going to be 2 charges away from having that one at the ready. Still going to be humping around over in A main alongside Mind Freak. They might just get to do battle here against Victor and Finesse. Starting to swing in. Jing just trying to play this as patiently as he can, but it's a decent amount of damage there off the bite. Doesn't have the hot hands to heal. Sends out the flash. Finesse gonna be good for it. Victor good for the other. 2 players taken down. Great punish here from NRG, shutting down the aggression as Artist gets up over the top, but Devi is just not ready for it at all. Swing out now into the back sight. Artist to displace Forsaken out of secret. Swaps her out on the weapon and catches Forsaken, snipes him out of the air. CGRS with 12 HP. Will get taken down. It just saw him to die. His energy will lock in map point.
Oh boy, I don't mind the idea here a bit from PRX, but then when the position's basically kind of red by Finesse, he throws that snakebite in there, displaces Jing, and then they try to go for the flash push. Okay, well, he's just full flash and gets the kill. Insane stuff from Finesse. Just great awareness. So, again, don't mind the idea from PRX. Just a better reaction here. And then NRG hits the go button, and Artist was good for it. CGRS with that lockdown to try to get set up for these retakes. Going to be a big piece of this round. Stay alive. Maybe get a little deep. Hot hands. Keep Artist at bay. Trying to buy some space here.
Getting the orb.
Yep, to get the run it back.
2 ults available. Crashies with the Seekers. No one else really close by.
Here.
Forsaken just going to be backing away. Throws down a ping in Art, so suspecting that little wrap around that flank is going to be coming in, but Artist catches Mindfreak off guard. Smokes and Gravity Wells now taken out of their hands. A Seeker let loose, Forsaken with the Guardian, clearing one out. Crashies now looking to push into him, and he instantly gets the headshot. Down 2 members, Artist tucked on around here in the corner. Jinx somehow wins out that fight, and that's where they're running back. Sends out the flash, not spotting anything else, snaps back over in the dugout. Is Devi? Does he read this one? The answer is yes. Finesse going to be taken down on the flank. Now a 3v3 with a lockdown still in play here for CGRS, but he needs to win out this fight. The timing, have they noted each other? Looks like the answer is absolutely yes. And wisely, CGRS pulls away, just looking to hold the door. In the meantime, Victor, Som, advancing forward. The flash comes in, the wall goes up. Devi gets in front of this. But 20 seconds without a flash, without any other util. Spots one, gets the transfer! Devi finds 3, and suddenly it's on Crashies to try to avoid going into overtime. The flash connecting, Devi with a 4K! 12 to 12, we continue onward.
What an insane round from Devi. He reads the rotation from Finesse, gets the Hawk to confirm the presence at B, and just pushes right in there and takes 2 down. Just unbelievable. And then gets the 4th, the icing on the cake. Ridiculous stuff, the clutch master in VCT Pacific. Devi stepping up big once again for PRX.
Let's go.
He's just giggly at the end of it all, but here in map 1, in this elimination series, PRX continue to fight back, taking it all the way to 12 to 12. We're talking about it. Who is going to win, the Hive Mind or the Mastermind? We're no closer to finding out. As Victor just taking a little shoulder shot there from Jing. He's looking for that nice and early pick. Not found. Off the back of that, it's going to be a full rotate out of B main here from PRX. Now turning their sights towards A, but this double creep up here. Som and Artist can find impact. Jing going to be the first one to fall. CGRS still looking like he wants to fight. He forced the dash out. The wall goes up. Trailblazer to try to chase there. Doesn't get the tag. Crashies in the meantime, just jiggling back and forth, looking over towards Art, but now looks like he's going to start rotating around. Maybe into Flowers, perhaps, or wants to check for water.
God, and that's one of those situations where that Harbor utility is so valuable for NRG, and why it's so difficult for PRX on this attacker side. And these attacker side rounds are going to be so critical for PRX. If they can convert one, gotta feel their chances are good, but Finesse hasn't seen him yet. He has no idea.
Oh, and that is going to be a rude awakening. Som as well taken down at the same time on the opposite side of the map. 3v4, NRG trying to win this one out. Victor, though, just eating damage from every which way that he tries to turn. And now he might get timing from behind if Forsaken decides to swing the corner. He has not. In the meantime, Crashies falling. Devi gets Victor. And Artist arrives. They know exactly where he's at. 16 seconds of plant coming down. It's out into the open. Devi, he needs to reposition for this one. Mindfreak trying to get out here. No, they just take the fight to him. The spike plant be damned. They say this is overtime. That doesn't get us extra money. We are out for blood.
Unbelievable. That's the most PRX ending to a round you'll ever see. Just, we don't need to plant the spike. Let's just get the kills. And Forsaken, they're able to sneak underneath the noses, and then some great smokes here from Mindfreak. Once they identified Victor revealed his presence, didn't get a kill there in the back alley. And then they're able to isolate him. Mindfreak doing such a good job being so quick to react with those Astra Stars and smokes to allow them to really make sure they can get to the site, get those kills. So great stuff there. Good recovery from PRX after a nice start from NRG, and now they are one round away from dropping their map pick of Pearl. You wouldn't have thought it after they strung for a bunch together there. They were pretty far ahead at one point, but not super far ahead, but decently far ahead.
This is unreal. Well, a last time out here for NRG. So even if they do get this reset and we continue to go deeper into overtime, and Chet will be without a method to try to pump the brakes. We'll have to rely on PRX in that regard. Well, you know, a player, as you were talking about, that has had such incredible performances throughout the season in Pacific. Devi was since overtaken. You can see how tight-knit it is, though. 3 players on 19. Very much the same on the opposite side there with Sam out in the lead. It's just been wonderful to watch these two.
And especially for NRG, it's really been everybody contributing in their win so far here at Tokyo Masters. And now, again, everybody's contributing. CGRS continues to play phenomenally. And Finesse getting pushed aggressively by Jing. He has to hightail it out of here. All the utility, the Nano Swarm's gonna do a ton of damage to Artis on the way in.
Artis looking to flush him out. We'll be able to find a Mind Freak. Dead nice and early here. Artis not worked too low, but the healing's still going to be coming through. Crashies putting him back to 100. Also taking a forward position. Will be scouted very quickly. Flash around the corner, answering flash out. Crashies completely dodges that. Cloudburst in, Forsaken swings, finds two before getting taken out by Som. And that brings it now back to parity. A 3v3, Som, if you can get one more, the ult would be online, but it's going to be Victor who takes away that kill. Som tagged up just a bit, raises the wall, tap onto the spike. Jing trying to hold this one a half, tucks back around the corner, but now he's all on his lonesome, throws at the curveball, doesn't know which way to look. Finesse will find the final two to tie it up at 13-13. We reset, we go again. We re-go again. Here we go again is what I mean to say.
There you go. Dude, this is just so nice here from NRG. Just dial up some quick aggression off that contact that Finesse has over on the B side. And Artis, even though he gets dinged up by the Nano Swarms, goes down to about half off of that full armor, still able to find that huge opening frag that gives them the space. And then Victor and Sam getting aggressive onto CGRS off that turret up towards Art. Love the play here from NRG. Love the aggression against PRX. Just keep them guessing, just like they do to you all the time. And Artis.
Forsaken dealt with very swiftly. Not ready for that angle at all. Fully anticipating the pressure to be applied elsewhere, just given that smoke setup. The rest of PRX now creeping their way over towards B, but it's a triple stack for the side of NRG. CGRS still just an age away. Just poking his head out into Art at the moment. Art is behind the screen. Bite thrown down. That's just trying to save them off for the time being. They're spraying through. They really suspect that somebody's going to be here. They do knock him down to 64 HP. Swings out of the corner, goes into the Nano Swarm for a brief little moment. It's going to be the blaze wall from Jing to take him down. Of all things, just so much thrown his way and no great escape route. And now that is going to be both teams without their jets. The round completely cracked open. CGRS on the flank. He's made it all the way through into their spawn. And he could be instrumental. He's tucked away into the corner. Crashes at the same time, though. Looking to backstab. The swing in, he's playing it out patiently. There's one, there's two. Jing in the meantime finds one on the opposite side, but Sam comes up with eliminations. The spike grabbed. Mind Freak, can he exit fast enough? The answer is going to be no. The reckoning at the ready. Instantly invested. A 1v1 to see who can take this now to map point. CGRS. The stand-in. He knows he needs to rush this down. He needs to play for the kill. There's not enough time to go for the plan. He's swinging around the corner, and he manages to get it done! Some with a shorty doesn't find him! PRX, they take it to 14!
You gotta be kidding me! The sub for PRX at the last second again! Unbelievable! I'm lost for words. It's so incredible. The way that they do this whole round from CGRS. Doing what Sam is doing on the complete opposite side. Both teams having the exact same reaction there.
And I don't blame you. It felt like it was in hand. It's not over yet, though. We go once more into the breach. Four-man rush taking A main control. Orb can be theirs on the side of NRG. Playing quite far back here is PRX. Mind Freak as well. Not looking to get situated into that dugout position. Has been flushed out by Artis so many times before, so yeah. Let's it go over his way. Some answering spam. Just minor connection. Flash through. They're playing anti though. CGRS and Divide hold the line. In the meantime, Spike going to be planted within the cove. Back over onto the side. Jing wins on the fight. Victor going to be taken down. Suddenly it's just Finesse and Sam left standing. He's trying to spray him, but he just falls down. Forsaken will get the last one. And it is a flawless round for PRX to take it. 15-13. Pearl is theirs.
What a beautiful adjustment from PRX in that last round, expecting the A hit, and this time they pull back. They don't try to fight NRG at the point of contact. They give up the space, they wait for the reinforcements, and then they start knocking them down.
What an unbelievable map between these two squads, but PRX, the pun again unintentional, whether or not he's here or not, there is something about this team. They continue to persevere where it feels like they should be completely enshrouded in doubt. But it is just the first step. It is just one map. There is still more work to be done.
And again, so much credit all around, no matter the results of this match today, to the PRX team and the PRX staff. Coach Alex, he's been brilliant at Kilios, finally able to start finding those wins over DRX. And here, taking their sub in CGRS, losing arguably their best player. He was the MVP.